Levels good. What's poppin', oh?
What's good, my brother? I'm good, you know. Can't complain, bruv.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I can't even complain myself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Welcome to Just Our Opinion, guys. Episode 11. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Got some good feedback about the episode. Real good feedback. People are really liking it, you know. Really. They appreciate your voice. They really are. They're appreciating your opinions. Because it's just our opinion, guys. And they really like the topic views from the six.
I can't lie, is the sickest. That title is the sickest kind of disclaimer for anything you would disagree on. The fact that it's just our opinions, like you can't really say now. That being said, though, I am open. If there's anyone that hears what I have to say, is like, nah, my man's chatting shit, feel free to get in touch. I'd be more than happy to like openly debate anyone.
You reckon you're ready for the fans?
Man can debate anyone. And you know why? It's because I'm always open to changing my mind. And oftentimes a lot of the stuff I believe in, I wish wasn't true. That's why it's easier for me to argue this position. Because if someone disagreed, a lot of times I might want to agree with you because I wish life was like this. Especially when we talked about politics last time, I wish life was a lot more simple and less complex. But unfortunately, it is.
Well, boy, we got a lot of female listeners, more than males. So I hope you're ready to debate them females because it is no joke, bro.
Yeah. Like, get in touch. I'm definitely into that.
Let me break out the AKKs. Wow. AKAs. You should know already. If not, if you're new to listening to Just Our Opinion, guys, my name's Big John, aka the Chocolate Thunder, aka the Dark Destroyer, aka whatever you like, aka the Girl Dem Sugar. Someone's gonna call me the Girl Dem Sugar. That's my one. But at some point, I'm gonna be with a young lady. Oh,
no, speaking to existence. I remember when Lil Wayne kept talking about it. Was it Lil Wayne? No, I think it was T.I. who kept calling himself King of the South. In my mind, that was a time when Ludacris to me was, in terms of the current. And then he kept saying it, and then everyone started saying
That's true. That is a real life thing. That is absolutely true.
And you know what's funny? Like, my AKA...
And I call myself the King of East London. When people will believe that.
If you keep putting it out there with the confidence...
King of East London. Biatch.
We don't know, but it's funny because the AKAs I made was literally on the spot where you asked. So I think like, what was it? I said no, AKA no comment. I like that one. I'm gonna stick to that one.
Yeah, you got it, bro. Like, that was hard. AKA no comment.
Blood, that literally.
What you saying? No comment. You know my AKA.
Blood, you know.
You know my AKA. Yo, what's been going on this week in the world of nonsense? I think I'm gonna keep that as a segment title. What's going on in the world of nonsense, guys? Trademark right there. What's going on in the world of nonsense? Harvey Weinstein.
Oh my days. What's
going on with your boy, oh?
Oh, he ain't no boy of man. I tell you that for nothing, cuz. But you know what? I feel like he's the tip of the iceberg.
Real talk.
He really is the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it's been spoken about and rumoured for quite some time. If you've ever tried to pursue a career in entertainment and you've got far, you may have heard the stories, you may have even like experienced some stories where there's certain people of a certain level of power who have some weird vices or certain weird nuances about them.
But is it bad? As long as it's not rape, is it not okay? You got dough, you got a studio, you're Mr. Harvey Weinstein. A girl comes in and you're like, yo,
you know the worst
just look at my dick. What?
But you know the
so
worst
having all that privilege.
This is the thing, because the worst part about it is there was a few people coming up and some of their stories was based on pretty much a guy being persistent when trying to draw a girl.
Bro, how am I supposed to get girls?
But you know that whole thing about sometimes the action isn't what's weird, it's who done it. So this is somebody who routinely is trying to, and you know the ones where I feel like a lot of them, the reason why to them it was assault or abuse or rape is because they're only responding anywhere near positive because they're scared that this person, if I piss this person off, this person can shut down my whole career. That's why they're even entertaining some of these conversations. Because and that's the thing as well, because you got stories of he raped me, then you got another story of he tried a thing, I said no, he let me go eventually. And the point is the same, you know, in law, assault is often defined by how the victim felt. You know them ones?
That's some bullshit.
Rather than what I actually done. So if I actually said something to you, that might not be assault. But if you actually felt like I was going to hit you afterwards, which is subjective to how that person feels, then it's assault.
Which so if you felt that I was going to hit you, that's assault?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
This is what I'm saying.
You have to actually hit someone for it to actually be assault.
That's what I thought it was, but apparently actually hitting someone is either battery or ABH or something. But actual assault literally assault could be like me about to punch you and I don't even punch you.
Bro, what is this Minority Report? This is just crazy. This is what nuts.
I'm saying, bro. So, and again, even the whole abuse, because you know you got mental abuse as well. So even if you make someone feel uncomfortable in them situations, because again, a lot of these girls.
Why can't I tell a girl if she's got big tits, you got some cracking tits? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong is how often many women may feel. Often, really, the reality is this: if a lot of people agree on one thing, it becomes a universal opinion accepted. So the point is, a lot of women, especially say you're in a context of. And that's the thing is about context. If that was your girl, cool, you can say that. If she's attracted to you, it's cool. But if it's at the workplace, she don't really like you, and on top of that, she'd be offended, but she won't respond how she would normally respond if she's offended, because she's fearful that if she does, she would lose her job. That's where the kind of abuse comes in. Okay. So it's all based on context, to be honest.
Okay, well, I get what you're saying. But as human beings, we need to strive for honesty and being open. Now, if I'm with you, and I see a girl on Instagram and I see she got that ass, I'm gonna say, yo, look at this picture, double tap that ass.
In that context,
if I see her in real life, I'm gonna be open and honest as a human being, and I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna double tap that ass. I'm just saying.
It's funny you mention that, because I might have that thought, but if I saw an Instagram girl that I actually liked, my thing would be, everything I'm trying to say, but the whole idea is to increase my chances of drawing. So my thing was, if I said just that, automatically she's just gonna see me as a fan rather than a possible someone she can chat to.
Let me just put a pin right there. You said your whole point of that is to increase your chance of drawing. Harvey Weinstein sees a hot girl. He doesn't necessarily want her in the movie, but he's Harvey Weinstein. He goes, I'm a caster. Bring her in, because that's going to increase my chance of drawing. What's the difference? He's just doing his hustle.
But you know what's funny? That might be his intent, but it doesn't work out, because I feel like a lot of successful people might fall into this trap where they chat to girls and they feel like you should be attracted to me based on my material things, when often it's about a person. Like, you ask any pen girl or any girl, whether it's her or her friend, they know someone or they have been with somebody who didn't have the quote unquote things that we define as attractive, whether it's money, whether it's looks, or even just swag. It could just be a lot of personal things. And the point as well is, you should be trying to draw based off who you are. I'm a producer, for example, right? One of the most common angles that a lot of producers will use, like the only way they can get girls, is they chat to a singer, he's like, oh yeah, come to my studio, I'm gonna help you do the music team. And their intent is just a beat. You know? And a lot of girls will fall for it. And certain girls may even feel uncomfortable working with artists. I actually met someone, she was talking about how she finds it uncomfortable working with a lot of other men, because often those other men just want sex from her. Yeah. She just wants to work. So even with all of that, it's very difficult. Moving that to one side, if you're Harvey Weinstein, you should be trying to chat to girls about based on who you are. But I feel like all he is the commercial, and the behind all of that, he's just a scumbag. And that's where it's come from. If someone's already attracted to you, then you mention, come jump in the whip. You just cherry on top of the cake. But if the cake is dead, who cares about the cherry?
This is true, but he knows he's not attractive. He knows he's butters, but he's got money and he's Harvey Weinstein.
But this is the thing.
So there should be grateful
But you know what? This is the reason why
to get their titties touched.
This is the funny thing.
I am
yeah?
playing devil's avocado right now. Relax.
But the thing, this is why I like women, because I often feel like, obviously, things are evening itself out a bit more now, but one of the things I like about women where looks really aren't as important to women as they are to men. I actually feel like confidence.
I disagree. I used to think that, but now the modern woman, bro.
As I said, it's evening out. But my point is, you can get through. Because let's be clear, in a universe where the prettiest girls went with the quote-unquote most attractive guys, I'd be fucked. I don't know how you feel, but I'm definitely out of the game. Mm-hmm. For me, I've been with enough girls who were physically more attractive than I was to believe, right, it's not that necessary. Because as a guy, oftentimes, you gotta have a certain level of looks for us to even think of entertaining conversation. Mm-hmm. Now, there are times where you have a friend you never saw as much before, and then over time you might develop attraction. Mm-hmm. But I'm just speaking on a generalization, I'd say more so. But, as I said, the gap is definitely shortening, no question.
But the ugliest girl can still get a bang. This is
no question.
But the ugliest guy, bro, it's peak. He has to pay.
No, but
he has to pay.
But the thing is, my point is this, because I did this when I was young. I used to ask that pretty girls or girls I just talk to, have you ever? Forget even. You can just see. Every girl has been with a dude, or they know someone's been with a dude who was not even just less attractive, but several levels below. And as a guy, it's almost some sort of like unwritten like sign of manhood that you can punch above your weight. Mm-hmm. Well, I managed to get with someone who's so much more attractive than me. Mm-hmm. So, in regards, because of that, I honestly feel like as guys, it's definitely easier. The uglier girl, again, for me, is about personality, confidence. The biggest thing is confidence, and I feel like confidence translates to both men and women.
This is true.
So but the point is, every pretty girl has been with a guy who was dead in your mind. You're not seeing a girl, and then you see the man she's with, like, oh, black, what?
Because society has dictated and told the woman that it's not necessarily about looks, it's about what he can provide. And we as men are the best seller of dreams. So when she saw that guy that was butt ugly, he sold her on man's got a BMW, or I work here, or I'm tough and rough and everyone's scared of me, and the girl fell in love with that. It might not be true, like the curtains could be pulled later on, but she was sold on that, where we are solely about pum pum, how big your tits are.
When your kids, like me, not necessarily now, because I won't just fuck anyone, but at the same time, touching on your point about the back and forth between the whole confidence and selling of dreams, even for me, when it comes to when it comes to men and women, I often feel like women don't stay around or often around the dude just because of the fashion stuff or the material. Those type of girls who are only drawn by that are often finesse chicks. And for me, I feel like us men and women, you can make a decision from the head or from the heart. Mm-hmm. A girl who's with somebody when she made a decision from the heart, I don't feel like it's based on material things. I think the head might be drawn to that. So even with a Harvey Weinstein, he might be around a lot of girls. He can't control the reason why they would be interested. That's what the material stuff. Mm-hmm. But he can control the reason why they stay. Yeah. And the reason why he stays is because of who he is. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, I feel like too many people define themselves by their jobs. I'm good in life because of my job and how much money it brings. I've seen man with the same swag on job seekers. That's the reason why there's a lot of men out here getting 60k a year jobs, feel like their life is good. But their wives getting banged out by a brother who's literally just jamming, maybe showing a couple bits of food here and there, or just on job seekers. And then you got other men who can like afford to buy bottles in bars or buy out the whole bar further.
Bro, I'm the king of pimping on a shoestring budget.
See what I'm saying?
I'm that guy. So I am Mr. Pimp with £10 in my wallet. I'm that guy. But I am the ultimate seller of dreams. So if I know the girl has a boyfriend and he's making 60k, 100k a year, and she's out there and I can see she's got wandering eyes, clearly I'm like, you know what? her man's a bit of a pussy. So she wants that guy that's gonna, that can protect her. So I'm gonna be that extra alpha male because I'm that true seller of dreams. I see what you want and I become that person. I'm comedian 101.
I think it was a guy, it was a Casanova. It's a sick film with Johnny Depp. I think it was Casanova. And it's literally that. Because there's a great saying about you can't seduce somebody who's happy. They literally has to be like
it's another jewel, guys.
That bar didn't even come from me. That came from a book I read time ago. But at the same time, in regards to the unhappiness thing, everything you just mentioned had nothing to do with material. Like the wealth of the peak. You didn't say to the girl, come into my car, come into this nice house. And that's the thing. Many people, I feel like, first of all, because even when I remember someone asked me, what do you think women want? I'm like, to truly understand a woman is to understand you'll never truly understand a woman.
Mm-hmm.
How she operates and how she might think that week might change next week.
This is true. You ain't lying.
So that's literally is a mad thing. But touching your point with the Harvey Weinstein thing, and that's the thing, because there's so many people who probably would have just done it like. There's people, like a lot of the stories like, I walked away, I was scared. Some would have actually said, I want to know who actually said, yeah, I'm on it. I want to know back then. Because there's a few that done it, they might.
Not a few. I think they might be in the thousands. True. It has to be in the thousands.
True.
Because he's been around for how many years? It has to be in the thousands. Look, the fact is, the thing that got on my nerves, not necessarily Harvey, well actually, if he's out here raping and intimidating women, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there. It's not cool. But it's the hypocrisy of some people coming out now, actors and actresses and so on and so forth. If you knew he was a scumbag, it's like I was saying, R. Kelly next week.
Facts. Last week, yeah.
When is paedophilia okay?
And we mentioned juice.
Yeah.
Like source levels.
Guys, look, we knew he's a paedophile. Man's know he's a paedophile right now and still support his music. It's the exact same thing with Harvey Weinstein. You knew he was like this. But you said nothing and you condoned it and you still went in his movies. Now you're trying to act all holier than thou. That's bullshit.
Because you know what the thing is, right? Maybe you can talk about like with evil. Because I often feel like the difference between evil and good is evil's when you think about yourself and only yourself, whereas good is you think about others before you. And the more successful you get in those industries, especially entertainment, the more you'll be asked to think of only yourself. So I feel like a lot of them said nothing out of just self-preservation. I don't want to rock the boat. If I say so, I'm matting my end. You know what I mean? Because whether we like it or not, Weinstein is a very, very, just the Weinstein family are very powerful. Never mind Harvey Weinstein. So it's one of them where a lot of people came out after the first person came out.
That's fine, but shut your mouth and don't say nothing about the bread. If you didn't say nothing before, don't say nothing now. Let the accusers come out and say what they want to say. That's absolutely fine. I don't want the bandwagons going, I can't condone what he's done. Man, you all know what the casting couch is. And there's still, do you know what? How about this? There are many more people in the industry. Out them all now. Out them all now or shut your mouth. Fake outrage. I really hate it. It's fake outrage. Out them now or you are just, and listen, I hope everyone's listening. Out them now or you are just as bad as Harvey Weinstein. End of story now. Because you have the juice now, one of the most powerful people in entertainment has now been brought to his knees. Get rid of the rest of them.
And this is the thing, right? Because when I say it's the tip of the iceberg, there is a community of them man there that do this. He really is not the only one. I said it like I've been in rooms. A lot of times in life, you can just make educated guesses. You speak to different people, you can piece stuff together. He's not the only person. This is something that's been happening with like a lot of the power brokers. It's just one of their vices. Certain people in the city, they're more likely to take cocaine, for example. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
You're either with it or you're not. If you're not with it, it's... no one's like, hear this now, yeah? I don't bun weed in it. But at the same time, I always felt like my friends that used to bun were somewhat a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Than the ones who didn't bun or go certain...
Bro, it's a community.
Is it
community? It's
no,
a
no,
community. Listen, I used to be a smoker of cigarettes, and as soon as I stopped smoking, I lost a part of my life. Like going out when you're going out and then go, oh yeah, I'm just going for a cigarette, and then you go outside, bro. I think I drawn most of my girls in smoking areas. Real talk, and I lost a whole part of my life. Like not smoking now, it's completely different.
This is the thing. So now when you're meeting these people and every Friday night they just go and like touch like little 6-year-olds, that's their thing, and you don't go, that might be the highlight of their week. Now I'm being facetious, but it's actually not too far away from the truth.
Yeah, I get you.
And it's like all of a sudden, and that's going back to the whole music industry where I have done more business at people's weddings, engagement parties, and just raves than actual networking event. We get your business cards.
Yeah.
I would love for the industry, whether it's film, music, to all be on merit, where you got in because of how good your product is. You work on it, you put it out. Doesn't matter how I feel about you. I could be racist towards you. Doesn't matter. It's good enough. It goes out. To be fair, the relationship part of it is what maybe equalized it. Mm-hmm. Similar to like men and women, because I feel like in dating, I might not even. I might meet a woman who's further in her life than I am, but we can still be together. Not even this, because I feel like women do like a guy that she could admire and has a great sense of vision for where he wants to be and she wants to become part of that journey. So I do feel like it's important that when you're chatting to women, if you do have a vision for yourself, they know. Everyone should know in life anyway, because if you let everyone know, people can help you, either directly or indirectly. All of a sudden, that person's got a friend who can actually help you in what you're doing. So even with that, I feel that I wish, even though the relationships part is very important, even more so than the technical, I wish that it didn't have to go into these nasty dark waters of the rape and you have to do this to be my friend and do stuff I know you don't want to do, which hurts me, it does.
Well, so, Harvey Weinstein, not your brethren no more. Is that what we're saying?
You're slick. I rate you for trying
to... Not your guy?
Never been my boy. Never, because it's funny, Dame Dash was making points about the Weinstein club. I heard about the Weinsteins off and off in different places. Then I heard it through Dame Dash. When he was talking about just how powerful they are as film. And that's another thing as well. You know, like even in London, you know the industry's small.
Yeah.
So like you got like the few degrees of separation. Mm-hmm. Same principle in America and all these other places. Power gravitates to power.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact there's Harvey Weinstein got people behind him like, yo, we got your back because we know this is what we do as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's even Quentin Tarantino was talking about how he knew. He's pretty much been shamed into admitting all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't, if he had the choice, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, true. Tyrese.
Oh my
about my guy Tyrese. I love Tyrese. Yeah. Tyrese is my guy. Tyrese was championing the dark-skinned black man.
Yes.
When there weren't no hope at some point, you know. Tyrese has always been there. That lone soldier, you know?
Legend. Even, never mind the acting. That baby boy, bro. Legend.
But Tyrese is tripping at the moment. As you know, Tyrese is an actor, singer. He's been in many of the Fast and Furious movies.
You know what's funny? The younger generation might know him more for being in Fast and Furious.
Yeah, no, they would. He's been in Transformers. So, you know, it's pretty much, he's an actor that has been in some of the biggest grossing movies in the world. Tyrese now has recently been on Twitter, Instagram, any of his social medias, and has been going at The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Now, The Rock's character in Fast and Furious is called Hobbs, and now they're looking to make a Hobbs spin-off, right? So, Fast and Furious 9, I do believe, was due to come out in 2019. But now they're looking to make a Hobbs spin-off. It's now going to be pushed back. Now, apparently, The Rock and Tyrese were having conversations beforehand, and The Rock was saying, you know, it's all about Fast and Furious, blah, blah, blah. This is all alleged. And now that it's come to light, Tyrese has been really going at The Rock and been saying, no, you need to call me. This is not acceptable. Blah, blah, blah. We are a family. The Fast family. Oh my God, how can you do it to us? No one's interested in a Hobbs movie. It's only about the Fast and Furious franchise. You can do that later. What is he on, bro?
Okay. Firstly, I felt the same way as you. Now, from digging in, basically the concept comes from this. Every one of the male actors, I believe in Fast and Furious, was offered a solo movie. They all turned it down. Simply because, as far as they was concerned, the core values of the film was about brotherhood. So to do a standalone or spin-off film of any of the characters, including Paul Walker, who apparently turned down a spin-off, would defeat the purpose of what Fast and Furious is. Now, this might be criminal. I actually haven't fully fully watched a Fast and Furious film yet. Wow. I need to. I know. It's on my list. But as I'm about to get into it, another one comes out. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm busy as well. No excuse, but the closest was maybe we watched one in the hotel, but I was in a hotel. I was barely watching. But that's where it's come from, apparently. So the idea has always been just of a spin-off movie anyway, that's not something we do. So in regards to the spin-off with The Rock, because I know The Rock came later on into the Fast Furious family, and then because not only did he do a spin-off, Tyrese had the issue, the fact that this spin-off came before, or was going to come before the new one, was anger Tyrese. My issue is with Tyrese, you have a right to be angry. You're angry with the wrong person. You should be angry with the directors or the producers who offered it to The Rock. Because in this situation, and maybe we can speak on the whole capitalism thing, we spoke about the selfishness. There comes a point where if you're trying to get higher up in the level of capitalism, you're going to be asked to think only of yourself rather than the crew. It's the same reason why in music, there's men who have crews and then they go solo. This You Ask was a great example of that. The powers that people ask you don't think like gigs has ever been asked, or like they've hinted at, yo, you know what, you might need to drop the S&1 niggas and just focus more on your thing. I'm sure that he's had conversations with people where he's been made to feel like, right, that man trying to get...
But I get that. But this is just a movie. This is business, bro.
But
end the story. And guess what? No one else is saying nothing. Vin Diesel is Fast and Furious. Tyrese is in Fast and Furious. Can you see the difference? Right? Vin Diesel ain't said nothing. So Tyrese, relax, B. This is Hollywood. This is business. There ain't no brotherhood. Paul Walker died. Rest in peace. You have a bond and a connection. You guys go out for a pint then. But when it comes to this business, we're going to get this business done. So because you're not involved, that's why you're butthurt. Because you're not involved, that's why you need to relax.
Because honestly, everything I was saying before was the politically correct business answer. And it can be like, yo, he just needs the peas. So like... And in my mind, I'm like, bro,
that's all I see. He wants that money, and he's already cashed that check in already, and now he's like, oh, you're messing up my money, bro.
The money's already spent, but man's already done budget. Like, oh, cool. And that's to be fair, that's an issue in itself. You shouldn't ever be great with something as big as Fast and Furious. You should be happy he ain't been killed off, blood.
Bro, Tyree, and he's got a knack for counting money before it's come. He did this to Dr. Dre. Everyone should go and watch the Defiant Ones documentary. It's about Jimmy Iovine, who used to be the head of Interscope Records, and Dr. Dre, and their rise through the music industry, and now how they've moved into new fields like Apple, Beats and so on and so forth. There was a moment where Jimmy Iovine was working on the Beats and Apple merger, right? And then Tyrese went on Instagram and did the shout out again, oh, we got the first black billionaire. Yo, 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 yo.
I remember.
Yo. Shit's done changed. I remember it. Now in the documentary, Jimmy Iovine was like, that nearly ruined the deal.
Shut up.
That nearly ruined it. Because he told Dr. Dre, don't tell anyone. And don't let anyone bring it out. And then it's Mr. Tyrese. I love him. He's my guy. I told you. He's the one that not put dark-skinned brothers out on the map, but he held the flag when it was real.
Oh yeah, he's had some light-skinned tendencies. He's had some light-skinned moments, no question. And I'm with you. So continue.
But he was counting pockets before he should. And this is what he's did with this Fast and Furious.
And to be fair, he's counting other people's pockets because he's talking like he's in the deal. You know what I mean? But you know how us black people can be like that sometimes, where we might be happy for someone we know. Like, think about it. Like, if I beat Rihanna, blood, and I told you, you'd be tempted to like tell a few of your other people, like, yo, yeah, my boy beat that. Just on the like, as some type of pride.
I'm gonna have to tell someone. If you bang Rihanna, I'm gonna have to tell someone. I can't hold that in.
And this is the thing. For that reason, it's the reason why if I was to beat Rihanna, I wouldn't tell no one.
Oh, who are you? Not that guy. If you was to beat Rihanna, you'd have to tell. You'd have to tell one living soul, or it didn't happen.
Fam,
it was an illusion.
I meditate a lot, fam. That's what I can say. I can't lie. I do have, but you know what's funny? I do have a boy who I might talk to, but I only speak to on if it's something that could be real. Mm-hmm. Like, he's married now, actually. Shout out to him. He knows who he is. But don't get me wrong. I'm bugging. I know for a fact if it actually really happened, I probably will tell one person. But my point, I'm going to try to fight that because I know how easily it can spread out. And you know what's worse? If I did tell people, like, my juice level's gone way up now. Do you know how there's certain group of girls who like the idea of sleeping with somebody that someone famous has slept with?
Of course. That's a way of life.
But again, as I said, this is the thing, I'm not trying to attract people who only like, because I don't like people in general who only chatting to me because they want something with me. I don't like that. Unless they're prepared to trade equally, then that's by all means. Like, I love win-win scenarios. So doing that, I don't want it to then increase the amount of people I chat to, because now it's like, rah, everyone is chatting to me. I'm not even sure if your motives are genuine or not.
I don't want to shit on brother Tyrese anymore because he's now releasing a hip hop album.
Oh, Black Rose.
No. No, he's going to be releasing a rap album where he's rapping. But we're not going to go into that.
Okay.
We're going to leave that for another time. I just want to say, if you're listening to this, brother Tyrese, because this is a popular podcast, say it into existence.
Facts.
I'm with you, brother Tyrese. You did a lot for mans like me and O, the darker shades of the black spectrum. Right. But you need to chill, my brother. You need to chill. This is real life.
Have them conversations in private, because the level of power that The Rock might have, he might be trying to get Tyrese out of the film. Again, I haven't watched the film, so I don't know how deep his role is in it and how possible it is. But, blood, keep talking. You might be out of the franchise completely.
That's real talk. That is some real talk. I want to go into this segment. And it's about my update on me and my women at this present moment in time. I feel like this is my therapeutic moment because I talk about this in pretty much every single podcast. So I just want to give an update because it helps me work through this. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like you're my sounding board. You know. Last episode, I mentioned said woman that I chirped while I was with you.
Yeah.
You know, since that moment, that situation has now deteriorated into nothing. Now, again, women. What am I gonna do? What should I do?
Keep it moving.
It's already, bro. That's me. I keep it moving. Okay. But women's shenanigans, fuckeries. Now, this girl, she was talking all the grease in the world, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, she was talking like, oh, cool, you funny, blah, 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 blah. Just like I was talking about in the last episode and all of this stuff. Mm. And I was supposed to meet her. Then, all of a sudden, she went Ibiza, and I told you about she went Ibiza and blah, 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 this. And now, she's like, I'm just not on it no more. And then...
What did she say? Or she like...
No, she was like, you know what she said? I'm going to give you that. I was just trying to bring it, condense it. So for the audience, this girl was on it like Sonic. And then we had some time apart. And then, as in talking, because I didn't have met up with her at this present moment in time. I was looking to meet up with her one time, but got back from holiday. She got back from holiday. And then she basically was just like, I've got stuff going on and blah, 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 and all these shenanigans. I told you I got issues. And I was just like, just trying to fuck, it's cool, And then she was like, oh yeah, but blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, lad, why are you wasting my time, cuz? Why are you wasting my time? Why do I have these time wasters? I don't care. Like, either we're having sex or we're not having sex. Either we're going to be friends or we're not going to be friends. But I just want everything to be clear from the beginning. Either we enter a situation or we don't enter a situation.
But again, touching on the point that I mentioned earlier, women reserve the right to change their minds. That's like an internal contract within them. I reserve the right to change my mind.
After you give me brain. Guys, after you give me brain. Ladies, there's more ladies that listen to this podcast. After you give me brain, change your mind.
Because you know the ones where a girl can say, yeah, I'm on it, come to my yard. And the second you actually get to the yard, she might say, you know what, yeah, I kind of changed my mind now. And that's mad. So the point, like, my advice in a scenario like that would be, because oftentimes timing could be like a thing, is just stay in touch. Because you might, as I said, there's certain girls, if you chat to, like, say 3 girls in January, some you can beat within the same month, some you might not beat until like September, some you might not beat until like the year or two after. You just stay in touch. Often it's timing. My guess would be she found somebody else in that beef or drew her that she preferred to chat to. It happens all the time, bruv.
I'm cool with that.
The same way it's probably happened to you, fam.
I'm cool with that, but I'm just not with the. Look, then say that. And then she tried to blame it on me as well. She tried to say, well, you were messaging me you were always moaning about me not messaging you back. Bro, if I message you at 9 in the morning, yeah. And you get back to me 9 the next day, fam, wagwan, I'm about this thing. I'm about action. I'm not about slow things. I'm not, you know what, I'm not 19. Yeah. I'm not conditioned. I'm not socially conditioned to believe, you draw a girl's number on a Saturday night, right? And then, you gotta wait 3 days. What are you talking about? Let's get busy. Let's do this. I'm gonna bell you the next day. What you saying? When we meeting up, let's lock this down and let's do this thing. I'm not about these playing games and all this foolery.
You know what's funny? I get your point, because someone made a sick analogy to me when I was a youth about the whole concept of fishing relating to relationships. And there's certain types of fish in certain scenarios, you don't even need bait, you can just have the hook and it'll jump on. Some things require more finesse. So certain girls, for many different reasons, it can be like, she's been hurt, or she's in a sticky place with a man she's with, or she's just like taking space, where it just requires time and patience. So I've definitely chatted to girls where their response is mad slow, and over time it becomes sooner. Some are just like that. And again, honestly as well, it's just really just about a number. It's not, I make this like, I'll chat to bare people, but it really is a numbers game in terms of just finding the right person because I feel like I don't like too many one-sided conversations. You know, when they're like, you ask someone, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. And it just stays quiet. There's no, how are you to you? And there's no, so oftentimes the way I know girls not really involved is if I'm doing all the speaking and it's like an interview, then cool, let's leave.
I hear you, but
it happens to all of us though, bro. That whole
so
thing,
needless to say, right now, I am, for the first time in a very long time, I'm girlless. Absolutely girlless. Me and my left hand are best friends, you know what I mean? I take her out, you know what I mean? I treat her well, I wine and dine. I give her the finest lotions. I'm telling you, man, she's smelling good. But yeah, so ladies, I'm free. I'm available. Yeah, I'm a bit damaged goods at this present moment in time. So take care of me, hold me tight. I'm available.
Oh, bro, no.
It's hard times. I'm suffering though. I'm suffering. I feel like I can tell the fans that. I can tell the Just Our Opinion guys podcast about my woes, and they're gonna understand.
Nah, in that case, we definitely have to set time aside just to go out and just like literally just like.
I'll be out here.
Oh yeah, like my boy, Chris Congo. Shout out to you, Chris Congo. He's fighting in November. Like, you should come. Like, because honestly, when I started going boxing, I felt like he's just like all of this. Like, you know, the complete EastEnders that will let go. Bruv.
Can we get him on the show?
I speak to him about it still.
That'll be what's up.
Yeah, like
I want people that are doing things.
Yeah, like he's still unbeaten at the moment. He's welterweight, and literally we should go because if you're on it, bro, I can take you still. The same way. I'm gonna go a few friends anyway. But point being is, there's girls that will go there just with their female friends, you know.
Actually hearing this,
people
I'm gonna get some boxing groupies, and I'm a boxing fanatic as well.
So because that's another thing as well, because one or two people might chat to me about certain things, especially because I got a lot of female friends, and they'll talk about this whole I'm singles girl trying to find a man. I'm like, cool. How often do you go out to places where you're most likely to find the type of guy you're looking for? A lot of these girls that are beautiful in terms of inside and outside, all they do is work and go home. So the only time you might catch them is on a local commute, or they've been dragged out to a rave they don't really want to go to by their friends.
Yep, that's true.
So the point being, I'll bring you to that. There's a lot of sick people to meet. The same way I learned a lot of boxing just from meeting different people there. That's a bit of a sidebar, but yeah, we definitely need to hook up and do that. He's fighting on November the 10th, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna put that. Chris Congo.
Yeah, he needs to get bruv. He needs to he's doing his bits, but in peace.
I'm gonna put his information up on my social medias. Promote the thing. Always trying to promote people that are doing things in London. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he literally, I think that his last fight was about a week or two ago. Another clean KO, and this next one he's fighting is in York Hall.
Okay, cool.
Green.
Oh,
yeah.
York Hall. Okay.
Yeah,
the home of boxing. I put on my social medias people to write in if they had any questions or any stories, advice, because this is just our opinion, guys.
Yeah.
And I got a total of 2 responses.
Oh, sick.
I am happy with 2. Listen, I'm building back up again, guys, and 2 is good enough for me. So the one I'm going to talk about is from Anonymous.
Okay.
And she said that she listened to our podcast last week, and she sympathized with my struggles when it came to being 3rd on the list when it came to that girl, right? She sympathized. She goes, look, John, your dick game can't always be that strong. You can't always be number 1. So shout out to you, Anonymous, for accepting that. But in her letter, or an email, should I say, she was talking about her man, where she could draw parallels. Was she was talking about her man saying that he's better than he is in the bedroom. So he constantly has that bravado, thinking he's King Kong, but his dick game is trash. He keeps on telling in situations where they're with their friends, and he keeps on trying to act like the alpha male, like, my girlfriend is completely satisfied with us in the bed, and he keeps on doing that because he thinks that he's good in bed. Now, Anonymous is upset with this and is tired of this, and she wants to know how can she tell her boyfriend that his dick game is trash, or not even trash, just not that good. Do you have any words of wisdoms for Anonymous? Let's call her Tracy.
Tracy, okay.
Tracy.
First of all, my question would be, are you prepared to teach? If you're prepared to teach, literally is about then showing him slowly what you like. And even if your conversation comes, it's not about helping you become great. It's like, I want you to be better. So these things about how to get even better than where you are now, if you want to keep his ego in check. Other times you can just tell him flat like, yo, ting ain't this, da-da-da-da. But oftentimes it's better to show us. And for that, if you already have an awareness of what you like, just speak to him from a voice of, I like this, I like that, so I like when you do it like this. Because there's certain things about compatibility, not necessarily how good you are. So if you're unsatisfied, definitely communicate that if you're prepared to teach. Now the question is he prepared to learn after that? Because there's a lot of men like, bro, I don't even need to do all of this because I'm already sick. And if he's still being stubborn, then tell him what it is. Because men, I can only maybe speak for myself, but I know men as well, we'd rather hear the truth. It might hurt us for a second, but after that, I'd rather be told what it is and get better. So now I can really go with confidence. That's my answer.
Tracy, I'd love you to write in again, if you have the time. I want to know how long you've been with your boyfriend.
Great question.
Because that's key. And to echo what O said, if you're willing to teach, then
and you should. All human beings should be prepared to teach.
Then stick it out by all means. But a person that brags that much, I don't even know if I'd really be with them. But that's just my personal opinion on this one. But if you're willing to teach, that's all good. Teach him and show him the ways. Now, I need you, if you're going to teach, the approach of telling your boyfriend is important because you do not want to demasculate him in any shape, form or fashion.
Facts.
Or this could be the downfall of your relationship and all you was trying to do good. So if you're going to drop it to him, Tracy, I need you to be able to set that tone and that mood. Well, maybe some candles, the sweet aroma of jollof rice in the background. You know.
Oh my days!
I don't know where you're from, Tracy.
In the same sentence.
You could be fish and chips. You could be tagliatelle.
Like,
I don't know. I'm just
my
gonna go
God.
jollof rice. Yeah.
I've never heard jollof rice in a
I mean, like,
romantic
you know, maybe run him a bath. You know, run him a bath, and then you could be massaging like, baby. You know what? I've been meaning to tell you that your dick game is trash. I don't know, Tracy. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I know that your delivery is important on this issue, or you might as well
That's
break up with him
bad.
now.
I have to say, like, to touch on your point, I think maybe for me it's like, because the biggest thing is, if anyone that tells me something bad about what I do, I'm only prepared to listen if you give me either an explanation or where I can get better. Mm-hmm. Then cool, we can take it on. Not, this is dead. I don't know how to explain it, but it's dead. Now, that's another thing. What if she doesn't know how to articulate how, like, to get better? Then I honestly feel like as a man, it's part of your job to be able to, like, you have to figure out, if you got to ask your friends, if you got to Google, by all means, figure it out and figure out what your girl likes. But I'd rather a girl show me. Because I've had them situations where, like, it's not even like, your thing was dead. It's like, nah, do this, do that, do this, do that. You even do it while you're doing it. Like, not so deep. Whatever the thing is, isn't it? I definitely appreciate that. So, and I'm guessing because she's taken the time to send the email, this is something she cares for.
Well, I hope she cares for him, because if she doesn't, then this is a no motherfucking factor and she should have broke up with the guy. Yeah. But Tracy, definitely let me know how that goes. Email me again interested. And tell me if making the jollof rice helped. You know,
if the jollof rice works, oh my days, I'm laughing.
Work with me, but you can call my dick gang trash if you give me some jollof rice. The next one's not a letter. It's I got an Instagram post from a listener called Kim. Okay. Shout out to Kim.
Yeah,
I actually know Kim. She's one of my homies. She has a question for us, and it's dating etiquette in 2017. Is it right that the women are more vocal with their sexuality? Okay, so I'm gonna break it down into 3 sections. Is it right that women are vocal about their sexuality in 2017? Second question in there is, does every man cheat? Third is, do all women cheat?
Cool. You might have to remind me what the other questions are.
Okay.
In case
so go with.
No, I'm just saying as I'm in the middle of answering them.
Okay. Cool.
Damn, I even forgot the first one now.
Is it right that women are more vocal with their sexuality?
Okay. It's a weird one because I do think women should be honest, but the thing is, I don't feel like women should publicize who they're fucking, which is why the reason why I don't like when they put stuff up on Instagram. Here's me and my man, or Snapchat. And then it looks all funny when they have to take all these pictures down. You can tell, right? So imagine if that's happened 3 or 4 times over the year. Uh-huh. You come off as loose to me. Yep. So I definitely feel you should be more honest with what you like and what you don't like with your man and whoever you're sleeping with. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, because when it comes to intimacy, it should be between you and the person you're intimate with. Yeah. So by that definition, yes. In the same way as women, you have the right to fuck who you want. Yep. Absolutely. But my only advice would be, especially if I had a daughter, would be no one should know.
Keep unless it on the down low.
Yeah, and it's just about in the same way.
To know.
Yeah, like keep it this way. Unless that's your man, but even then, don't be overly. But I understand, because when you feel pride with somebody, you just feel pride. You do want to show them off. I understand that, but in terms of, and that's the thing, because the saying goes like, yo, I like fucking, I like showing everyone. If that's who you are as well, just own it. If that's who you are, like, yo, you could literally see me fuck X amount of people. I could fuck just 2 people in a year. I could fuck 25. The point is, I'll decide if I want to. As long as you own it, I think it's a great reason why I like Cardi B. is doing a lot in America on the music thing, and she's getting crossing over here as well, it's simply because she's taken ownership of it. And most men, I feel like, are more likely to wife a hoe who's owned it than someone who's kind of moving like they're not a hoe but kind of is. Yeah. Like most girls will say, "Oh, hoes be winning." Like side chicks be winning.
It's true.
For that same principle. Now, as far as about men cheating, often
let me just stop you right there. I just want to chime in on that one. Cool. Girls, I completely agree with you being vocal about your sexuality. I think it's a good thing. I think it's progressive. I think it helps both men and women. But being vocal about your sexuality doesn't mean you have to be a hoe. It means being a hoe. So being comfortable, saying I'm comfortable with having small boobs or having a small butt, because having a big butt is in fashion, right? So I'm comfortable in having a big butt and I'm going to wear what I want to wear, not what you want me to wear. That sense of being comfortable in or being vocal in your sexuality, I'm cool with that. But being vocal in your sexuality when it comes to, oh, I like sucking dick and I like doing this, dead that. I think that's absolutely dead. Being vocal with the person you're fucking is absolutely sexy. But being vocal to the world that you're sucking X, Y, and Z's dick and I'm banging and I can do this, no.
Because, the same way, like, even if you're just friends, you're bantering, whatever you like in the bedroom, you should feel comfortable saying in the right context. Mm-hmm. So there's some, like, man that might have a conversation what they like for whatever reason, and they say, oh, I like this and da-da-da. Girls might do the same. That in that context, cool. I don't think you should publicise it, though, in terms of putting on your Insta. If you do, own it, that's all.
Does every man cheat?
To be honest with you, the true test of whether a man will cheat or not would be if he's actually got the chance. And honestly, every person has the potential to cheat. The question is, will they ever be put in that circumstance? Because let's be clear, there's certain men who they would cheat if a girl that was on the same level was interested. But the point is, either no other girls interested, or they don't live a lifestyle where many girls can go up to them. Yeah. So if it's me and my girl, all I do is go to work and come home. Maybe go out with my friends once in a while. If I go out, everyone I go to at work, everyone at work is like older than me, they're not really that good looking anyway, period. And when I go to certain places, I might not be particularly, confident, so I might only speak to within my social group, so it's harder for me to cheat. I feel like it's all about circumstance. Everyone has the potential to cheat. Mm-hmm. I do feel that men are more likely to cheat than women. Women are better at it though, but men are more likely. And the reason why women are better at it, the reason why men are less likely to than women, because women are often used to dealing with a lot of options coming to them. That brings you on to do all women cheat. So, not all men cheat, by the way, but every person has the potential to cheat under certain circumstances. So in a relationship, it's for you to make sure they never go through that circumstance. Circumstances, by the way, like a frame of mind. It's not just, if you're in this strip club with this one stripper who actually would, it's about frame of mind than it is just about physical. Do all women cheat? No. But again, they all have the potential to.
Yeah. I think I echo that sentiment. Everyone has the potential to cheat. Are all men cheaters? Not every single man's a cheater. Women, 99.9% are. Women, you're coming close to that figure. Only in the Western society. So that is actually the minority of the world, because in the majority of the world we still live in backwards times and people would get heads chopped off and get legged to the face if they were to cheat and you was a woman. But I don't think all women cheat. But I don't think all men cheat, to be fair.
Yeah, because in regards to all different cultures, a lot of times the whole concept of marriage was, I've made my bed, I'm gonna lie in it. So the idea of even cheating is just whether the heart wanted what the heart want. So often in cultures, women would make a decision more with their head, who they've settled down with, than with their heart. So even if you then found somebody who stirred up feelings in your heart, your head knows that type of person never really works out anyway, so useless. And I feel like the older women get, the more they gravitate towards the head in terms of decisions. Like there's many things attached to that. For example, like security. security for me is like a head decision or logic. It's like this someone can provide. He may not make me feel the same way that this guy did, but this person here can create a place where us and our future children could live, or just a place where I can feel safe. He can provide. And that's another thing as well. I feel that we should almost do a segment on what things can increase the chances of men or women cheating.
Yeah.
What do you think they are?
Options, money, emotional state, well-being, boredom.
I think that's the biggest one right there.
You know, there are many things that can, not lack of confidence, too much confidence. There are multiple things that can.
It's funny because I always feel like too much confidence is a sign of insecurity, which is a lack of confidence.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. Yeah, that would be interesting to have a talk. I'd love to get like a relationship specialist, someone that does that for a living. That'd be cool, and really quiz them. I'm gonna try and find one of those guys.
Yeah. I like that.
It's about that time we're going to wrap up this episode. But saying that, getting guests on the show, I am determined, and I will be getting guests on the show. I did say this was going to be recorded this episode, but we're not recording this episode. We will be recording soon, guys. I mean, video recording, so bear with me. Social medias, please.
Social medias is Emilio. That's at Emilio on Twitter. So that's spelled EMMILLIO with an underscore. It's the same on Instagram as well. And so I've got SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/EMMILLIO without an underscore.
Right. And you know you can catch me on Facebook on JOOG London. If you type that in, that will come up. Also on my own personal Facebook page, that is JOHNUWEJEYAH. On Snapchat, it's Big Bomb John. On Instagram, it's changed a little bit. It is JOOG, JOOG_London. You'll find me on Instagram. There are a few funny things on Instagram, promotional clips for the podcast that I put up, so please check that out. On YouTube, it is JOOG London, so that's JOOG London. Please, guys, it's important. I'm liking the fact that you're listening, but I need you to like every time you listen, and subscribe to the page, and comment as well. This will help get my reach out there, and also share if you want to share. But I need you to like, subscribe, and comment, guys. All right? Yeah. Like, subscribe, comment. I can't stress this enough even. What happened there?
Yeah, because we can even continue like the debate within the comment section.
Mate, the comment sections are popping, bro. I want to be hearing what you've got to say